Kindness is something that is talked about a lot these days. If you enter a public building or space, you're likely to see brightly coloured posters encouraging you to be more kind. And although kindness is being so promoted and written into educational policies and talked about on social media, I have to admit that I don't see a whole lot of it happening a lot of the time. So why is our society on a whole failing so miserably when it comes to kindness? And what is kindness anyway? Some recent experiences have made me think about this topic a lot. I'd like to share some of my thoughts and stories with you today that may be different from some modern and popular ideas about what kindness really is. Recently we moved from the suburbs to a country property. We've been wanting this lifestyle change for a very long time, and I knew it was going to have a really big impact on our lives in many ways. Within a couple of days of moving into our new home, we met one of our neighbours. We were walking around our property, and he was working on his property, and we met over the fence, as you do in the country. One thing that I find really interesting is that a couple of weeks later on, we have now had more to do with this particular neighbour than we had to do with most of our neighbours living in the suburbs for 25 years. So we met this neighbour, we had a really lovely conversation, and within a couple of days, without us trying to organise anything at all, he was over on our property, helping us to fix fencing, take down fallen trees, mow grass that was getting out of control, and shortly we'll be getting our first little flock of sheep from him. We never asked anything of this neighbour, and it's only through chatting about things happening on our property that he jumped in to help us. Another thing that is really striking about these acts of kindness is that there was no discussion of what was actually happening. There was just the action. Before we even knew what was happening, we were receiving help that we had not asked for or expected. Another day, we met a lady from our local church after Mass, and once again, in the course of conversation, we mentioned that we were seeking some firewood, as it's very cold here, and because we've been so busy with other things, we haven't been able to collect a lot of the firewood that we'll need for the winter. We'd only just met this lady on this particular day and had a very brief talk with her, but exchanged phone numbers. Later that afternoon, she called us and gave us a number of a local farmer who had wood lying in his paddock from fallen trees and was happy for us to come and take it. So my husband went out there with his chainsaw and loaded up our trailer, and now our evenings are a lot warmer. Again, there was no mention of helping or kindness. It was just the simple act of someone seeing other people in need of something, and without even thinking about it, putting us in touch with someone who could help us out. These are not the only examples of the ways that we've been helped by people since we moved here. There are definitely more, and although it's very striking to me, it seems to be that this is just what people in this community do. And all of this has reminded me very strongly of my own dear Nana, who passed away 2 years ago, and who I spent a great deal of time with when I was a child. My happiest childhood memories are of being with Nana, and it's not because of the things that she did, but because of the person that she was. Nana filled her days with busyness. She was always cooking, gardening, and being involved with local community activities. She taught me so much about doing things for others, and I think about her actions more nowadays than I ever have before. I think maybe if there were more people like my Nana in the world, it would be a much better place. Nana always had time for her grandchildren and was never too busy for anyone or anything. But I think it's what she did for the community in which she lived that really strikes me. She never would have talked about being a volunteer or serving her community because it was just her life, who she was and what she did on a daily basis. She took food to the elderly. She worked in more community groups than I can mention. And if there was anything positive that was happening in town, you could be sure that she was involved in donating her time and effort. My Nana was truly a kind person. So I think maybe what we need to do more of today is not spend time thinking or talking about how we can do acts of kindness or what we need to do to be more kind, but just to get out there and do it. Imagine what we could achieve and the sort of world that we could all enjoy living in if genuine kindness was such an integrated aspect of our lives that it was just completely natural and a part of who we were. My Nana was too modest to know how impactful her example was to me and to the way I live my life today. She didn't count the cost of the extra time and effort she put into contributing to the lives of others. She wasn't possessive of her time, and it was far more important to her to make herself useful than to selfishly put herself as number one. But I think if more of us live this way naturally and set that example to others, not as something contrived, but just as something that we do and are, then it will filter through to our children and our children's children far better than any poster on a wall possibly could.